Good morning, students. I welcome you all to a new class in physics today. Children, as you all know that we have already covered the theory part of the chapter reflection of light. I have already practiced the ray diagrams with you, and I have shown you the technique to draw the different diagrams related to the plane mirror, concave mirror and convex mirror. In today's class, we are going to do the numerical problems related to plane mirror. I have also informed you about the numerical part of concave and convex mirror not been included in the syllabus. Okay, it has been deleted by the boards. So we are not going to do any numerical problem related to concave and convex mirrors, that is the mirror formula. But of course, we have two exercises of numericals related to the plane mirror. So today we are going to solve the numerical problems of exercise 7a and 7b. And for convenience sake and in order to save time, I have already solved these numericals for you, and I will explain it to you how are you going to solve them. Okay, so we start with the numerical problems of exercise 7a. I read out the first numerical to you, children. It has been given over here that a ray of light is incident on a plane mirror. So I have drawn this incident ray, and you can see that it is incident on the plane mirror at the point of incidence. It has been mentioned in the question that the reflected ray is perpendicular to the incident ray. If you look at the diagram in this manner, you can see that if this is the incident ray and it is falling on the plane mirror, I have drawn the reflected ray perpendicular. Perpendicular means at an angle of 90 degree to the incident ray. Okay, children. So the reflected ray is at an angle, I mean to say the total angle between the incident ray and the reflected ray is 90 degree. That has been mentioned. You are supposed to find out the angle of incidence. Right? Now we all know that the concept over here is the law of reflection. According to the law of reflection, we know angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So if the total angle between the two is 90, we know that angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. So let us suppose the angles are x degrees. So we say x plus x is equal to 90 degrees. 2x is 90. So what is x then? 90 divided by 2, 45 each. So therefore the angle of incidence is 45 degrees. So this is how you solve it. Now let's move on to the second question. In the second question, it has been mentioned that a man is standing in front of a plane mirror. Now, I have actually, I tell you also, children, for convenience sake, what you should do when you are reading such numericals, you can draw a rough diagram so as to represent what information is given in the question. That becomes, so it becomes very easy for you to understand the question, and the accuracy with which you will solve it would be better. Okay, so I want you to read the question and side by side also depict it with the help of a diagram. A man is standing in front of a plane mirror and he finds that his image is at a distance of 6 meters from the man. That is, the distance between the man and the image is 6 meters. It has been mentioned in the question. Now you are supposed to find out the distance of the man from the mirror. Okay, now the concept over here is that object distance is equal to image distance. The total distance is 6 meters. So therefore, what would be the distance of the man from the mirror? It would be 3 plus 3. That is, the object distance is equal to image distance. So therefore, the man will be standing at a distance of 3 meters from the mirror. Okay, let's move to the third numerical. It has been mentioned in this question that an insect is sitting in front of a plane mirror. I have depicted the insect with the help of a diagram. The insect is sitting at a distance of 1 meter from the mirror. This has been mentioned in the question. Now this question has two parts. In section A or part A, they have given where is the image of the insect formed from the mirror. Naturally, again the concept is that object distance is equal to image distance. So therefore, if the insect is at a distance of 1 meter from the mirror, the image will also be formed at the same distance. So therefore, the image formed will be at a distance of 1 meter from the mirror. Okay. Now what about part B? The part B says what is the distance between the insect and its image. So the distance between the insect and its image would be, as we know, object distance is equal to image distance. It would be 1 plus 1, and that will be equal to 2 meters. So this is the third numerical problem. I hope you have understood these numericals, 3 numericals. Now we move on to the fourth numerical problem. In the fourth numerical problem, it is slightly tricky. It has been given that an object is placed at a distance of 60 centimeters from the mirror. So I have drawn the mirror. This is the object. The object distance is 60 centimeters. So it's understood that the image will also be formed at 60 centimeters. But there's more to it. Now what they are saying, the mirror is now shifted. Now I have drawn the new position of the mirror with the help of a dotted line. The mirror is shifted 25 centimeters away from the object. Okay. Now when the mirror is shifted 25 centimeters away, children, what would be the new distance? What would be the new object distance? It would be 60 plus 25, and that would be 85 centimeters. So naturally the new image will also be at a distance of 85 centimeters, right? Now what is the question? They are saying, how does the image shift from its previous position? Now how to solve? Let us say that the initial distance of the object from the image, we will first find out the initial distance between the object and the image, and that would be 60 plus 60, that is 120 centimeters. Okay, and what would be the final distance after the mirror has shifted? It is 85 plus 85, because it is 60 plus 25, that is 85. So that works out to 170 centimeters. So now what would be the image shift? First the distance was 120. Later on it is 170. So the image shift is 170 minus 120, and that would be 50 centimeters away. Okay. This is numerical 4. Now we come to numerical 5. In the numerical 5, it has been mentioned that an optician is testing the eyes of a patient, and the patient is sitting at a distance of 2 meters from a plane mirror. A plane mirror is kept in front of the patient at a distance of 2 meters, and the alphabet chart is placed 3 meters behind the patient. Okay, so there is a plane mirror. The patient is sitting at a distance of 2 meters from the mirror, while the chart is placed at a distance of 3 meters behind the patient. Now the question is, this is the situation, and the question is, at what distance is the chart seen by the patient? Now see children, the patient is at a distance of 2 meters, but the chart is behind him 3. So therefore the total distance of the object, which is the chart from the mirror, is 5. Naturally, the image will also be formed at 5 meters, right? So the distance between the patient and the image would be 5 plus 2, right? The distance between the image and the patient, that is being asked in the question. At what distance is the chart seen by the patient? So that would be 5 plus 2, and that will work out to 7 meters. Okay children, so there were only 5 numericals in this exercise 7a. Now we move on to the next exercise, and that is 7b. And in this there are only 2 numerical problems, and let me tell you, the concept of this exercise is to calculate the number of images formed. And if you remember children, I have already explained to you that the formula used to find out the number of images is n is equal to 360 upon theta, where theta refers to the angle at which, or the angle between the 2 mirrors at which they are inclined. Okay, now I am reading the first numerical for you. State the number of images of an object placed between 2 plane mirrors. Now you are supposed to calculate the number of images formed, and when the mirrors are inclined at an angle of 90 and later on at an angle of 60. They have given 2 situations. Now let us solve for the first part. The mirrors are placed at an angle of 90 degree. So we are using the formula n is 360 upon theta. Now what is the value of theta children? It is 90. So let us substitute the value. We calculate the number of images, work out to 4. But if you remember children, I told you that when the number of images are even, what do? The actual number of images is n minus 1, and that works out to 3 images. Okay, now let's move on to the second part. The angle between the 2 mirrors is 60. So we use the formula 360 upon theta. That works out to 6 images. Again, it is an even number. So what do? N minus 1. So the actual number of images formed is 6 minus 1, and that is 5 images. Okay. Now we move on to the second numerical. In this particular question, they have said that an object is placed asymmetrically and later on symmetrically, and the angle between the plane mirrors is 50. So the angle given is 50 degrees, but two situations are there. In the first situation, the object is placed asymmetrically. And if you remember, what do we do when the objects are placed asymmetrically? If whatever answer we get, okay, that would be our answer. So that is, if it is odd, it is equal to the odd number. So we work out 360 upon 50, that works out to 7.2. We round it off and we get the number of images as 7. And because it is odd and it is placed asymmetrically, it is equal to the number of images, and that is 7. Now, but in this next case, when we work out for a symmetrically placed object, the number of images formed is again 7. But because the object is placed symmetrically, what do we do, children? We take n minus 1, and that would work out to 7 minus 1, and that would be 6 images. Okay. So with this, we end exercise 7b, which had only 2 numerical problems, and exercise 7a had 5 numerical problems, children. And what I want you to do is that you will go and solve these, read the questions, numericals again, and solve them on your own. Okay, try to practice them, and doubts will be taken up in the interactive session. Thank you, children.